Yo, it's your boy Dctree, and this is Dctree-Nation, the channel on YouTube that covers hoops and heroes. And today we're talking heroes, we talking Disney Plus, y'all. And I gotta tell you, man, a lot of people are underrating the streaming service, pretty much because they don't have a whole lot of new content. But if you're paying attention, guys, that's because of COVID. Now that COVID is still going on, but now that things are somewhat normal in the TV world, we're going to see a gang of shows for 2021. So I got to thinking, maybe it's about time for me to jump back on my hero-ish and make a video about how I predict these shows are going to do on, the streaming service Disney Plus. Now, before I even get to the video, man, I got to tell you, man, I am so happy to even be a nerd these days. What a time to be a nerd, man. They had me dancing left and right all the time. Man, for real, I'm hyped for the new shows that's coming in 2021. If they could just take some of that Mandalorian magic, y'all, just a little bit of that Mandalorian magic and sprinkle it on some of these shows, man, it's gonna be absolutely awesome, man. We on a little Marvel hiatus. It's time to get back to business. But before I get too deep into this video, if you like my content, please sub to the channel. Okay, like I said before, we got a whole lot of shows coming in 2021. I figured I'd make this video to rank them, prematurely, obviously. And then I'll make another video, towards the end of the year to see if I was correct about my assumptions, okay? The first show that I think is going to be the best for 2021 is The Falcon and Winter Soldier, and it's because of the characters, man. The characters, Falcon, aka the new Captain America, that's going to draw in viewers. That's going to be interesting story arc. And then the redemption of the Winter Soldier. How will he behave? How will he act? What are the action sequences going to look like? These two characters have more potential than any other show to bring the action, bring the espionage, bring that Winter Soldier, Captain America Winter Soldier film feel to Disney Plus. So I'm expecting them to deliver, and that's why it's going to be the #1 Disney Plus show of 2021. Okay, the second show on the list is actually not a live action show. I think the What If series is going to be very entertaining, okay, because it takes the stories we love, the story arcs we love, the characters we love, and put a spin on them. And one episode, or really a couple episodes I'm really looking forward to, is the Chadwick Boseman episodes. Obviously, we lost him, rest in peace, King. So his last performance, his final performances as the Black Panther, as T'Challa, will be on the What If series. And I think that's going to draw a lot of attention, draw a lot of views, and it's going to be pretty darn epic. There's rumors that, he's going to be the new Star-Lord in the What If series. So that's going to be interesting in itself. And I think that's going to be #2 on my list. Okay, the third show on my list is WandaVision. This is the first show that Disney Plus is going to release in a couple weeks. I can't wait, man. Not necessarily just because it's a Marvel action show with Vision somehow coming back and Scarlet Witch, expanding her powers and her reach. Speaking of Scarlet Witch, though, is Elizabeth Olsen getting finer or something? Because I swear, every time I see a video of her these days, I'm like, damn! Yeah, she bad. She bad. But that's not the only reason why I'm into this show. I love the throwback to the old TV shows. I grew up on Nick at Night, so seeing the throwback shows to like Bewitched and, even moving up to the 90s with Roseanne or whatnot. I can't wait to see what they're doing. Look like they're coming up with something creative, something different, and that's why I got it ranked at #3. Okay, the fourth show on this list, and some people will probably get angry that he's this low because Loki has this, like this cult following. And it's not that I'm not a Loki fan. He's pretty cool, but, I'm not crazy about the character. I think his show is going to be 4th out of 2021. Now, again, I think all of these shows are going to be awesome, but I think the Loki show is going to be #4 because I'm not sure where they can go with it. As far as the action is concerned, the timeline is kind of constrained. And then again, the whole show seems to be focused on him, versus, Wanda having Vision, Falcon having the Winter Soldier, What If having all these different storylines. So I think it being, zoomed in on him it could help him, it could give him an advantage in some areas, but in other areas, as far as spectacle and scale, it could kind of hurt it compared to the other shows. So I put it at 4. It's not an insult putting it at 4, but I put it at 4. At number 5, I'm putting the Miss Marvel show. Miss Marvel, we don't know much about this character unless you're reading a lot of comics or whatnot. She has appeared in some cartoons. I became pretty familiar with her playing the Avengers PS4 game, and that's why I put her, number 5 on this list. And it's because of her skill set. Her powers are pretty amazing, okay? At first I thought she was just another Mr. Fantastic, and she's way more than that. She's definitely more than that, and that game has shown us that over and over again. So just seeing that type of skill set, those type of powers on screen is going to be appealing. It's something different. It's something visually that can become a very big spectacle, literally. Okay, so I can't wait for that. Now, last but not least, I got the Hawkeye show last on the list, and I got the Hawkeye show last for a couple reasons. One, as much as I like Hawkeye, he's not the most popular Avenger. He's not the most popular character, and we've seen so much of him. Miss Marvel is new, and she's a female character. We need more female characters, so I think she's gonna have a little bit more pop. Now, don't get me wrong, this show does have Kate Bishop in the show with Hawkeye to kind of help with that female fan base. I get that, but it's still a Hawkeye show, something we're familiar with. And the last time I checked, it's this other guy that's been on TV almost 10 years doing the Arrow thing. And yes, I know that show is no longer on the air, but I mean, they did every stunt you could possibly do with an arrow in that show. With a bow and arrow, they did in that show. So I'm not sure Hawkeye can show us too many new moves, but I do think this show brings a more espionage feel to the whole bow and arrow game. So I think it's going to be awesome. I just think out of all the other shows, it's going to be last place, and that's not a bad place to be, especially on Disney Plus. These shows aren't competing with one another. They're coming out back to back to back, so I think it's a win-win overall. So that's why I got it on the last slot. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Let me know in the comment section if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. All opinions are welcome. Also, check out the other videos on the channel. I got a superhero playlist for people like us. Can't wait for these shows. Thanks for rocking with me. I'm going to push out more hero content to keep up with the fan base, baby, especially when these shows get to popping. All right, guys. Peace.